When hard labor didn't slow their growth, it didn't do its job. You know, he meant to thin the herd a little bit, thin them out by hard labor, kill off, to make it work so hard that the older guys die off, the younger guys don't want to have any pleasure, so the population will dwindle. That didn't work. He resorts to plan B, which was more wicked than slavery. He resorted to murder, right? Call the midwives in. Hey, I want you to kill all the babies that are born. If they're male, let the girls live, but the males you need to kill. Listen, murder is wicked, but murdering a newborn is a different level of wicked, folks. I mean, there's got to be a special place in hell for that, right? And so I mean, and not only that, you're having women do it. I mean, think about that. I mean, women are the ones that bring life, they give life, and you're having, this is a wicked man. God is painting a story here. Moses is letting us know how dark the heart of Pharaoh is and how wicked the heart of Pharaoh is. And so, but God, here's the thing. God used 2 midwives. Now, there were many more than 2 midwives. You're talking about a nation of 2 million people. So there wasn't just 2 midwives that serviced all this nation. They were probably the leaders of all the midwives, right? They were the chief midwives, chief of surgery here, the chief midwives. He calls these 2 ladies in and says, here's what I want you to do, right? And these midwives feared Pharaoh. You feared Pharaoh because Pharaoh would kill you if you didn't do what Pharaoh said to do. But they feared God more than they feared Pharaoh. They feared God. They said, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because we fear God more than we fear Pharaoh. We respect God. We love God more than we respect and love Pharaoh. Now, let me make sure you understand something. The Bible clearly tells us that we need to obey civil authorities. We need to obey civil authorities. When the government tells us to do something and puts rules and we need to do it. Unless and except it is contrary to God's law. When man's laws are opposite of God's laws, the Bible tells us to always obey God's laws, right? So we always obey God. That's like Peter in Acts when he's sharing the gospel and they bring him in, he's beaten, they bring him in, they say, stop telling people about Jesus. Peter said, no, not gonna do it. And they said, you either stop or we're gonna kill you. And he said, look, you decide what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And it's not right for me to obey man rather than God. So we are to obey civil authority when it does not contradict God's word. But when it contradicts God's word, then we obey God. That's exactly what the midwives did. They wanted to obey and honor God more than Pharaoh. They did, and as a result, they played an important role in the birth of the Messiah. Because you're thinking, okay, this is Exodus. Messiah, Jesus was born all the way in the New Testament, 1,000 years. Yeah, he was, but he came through this line, and they played an important role, just like you play an important role in God's purpose and plan when you obey and honor God. You play an important role in what God is doing in this world.